This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Place to Be Nation Pop Experience. Welcome to Cartoons of Our Youth. I am Andy Atherton, back with you. It's been a little while, hoping to get back on a more regular schedule here with this show and some of my other pods. Because I love talking about cartoons, and the reason for the show really is for me to talk cartoons with guests, friends, people amongst the Place to Be Nation family about their favorite shows, and then I can watch with them and kind of learn. And sometimes, like, if you have somebody who's around the same age as me, we grew up watching, same shows, so I can get just a different perspective and bounce off each other. But a show like this, it's a show I know about. It's a show I've watched maybe a handful of episodes, but it's one that I don't know all that much about. But luckily, my special guest does. He is on a plethora of podcasts amongst many feeds. Right here on this very feed, he hosts a piece of the action. They're very great live watch pod for action movies over on the North-South Connection. You can also go to the North-South Connection YouTube page and YouTube and channel and see this. We got Extreme Three-Way Dance and also GCW, a game-changing podcast. And over on the Place to Be Nation Wrestling Network, he is a co-host on Highway to the Impact Zone and YouTube Roulette. Welcome, Matt Souza. Matt, thank you for joining me. It's been a while.
Andy, good to talk to you. Very excited for what we are about to watch here, as this is up there for some among my favorite shows of all time. So very excited to be talking about this.
Oh, yeah. Cartoons. There are so many. If I was to be asked, like, what are your all-time favorite shows? In the top 10, I guarantee you there would probably be almost half cartoons, I would say.
Right.
Because a lot of times when you get one, it's introduced to one, it's like a part of your life, and because of syndication, you may have watched them over and over and over a few times, and you could recite them and quote them, and they're so much fun. So before we talk about the one you picked, what are some of your favorite cartoon, sans the one we're gonna really get in depth on in a little bit? But what are some of your favorite cartoons? Whether they were cartoons from when you were a kid, some that you may have gotten to like in like your later years, or maybe stuff you've been watching now that you just let me watch this, or somebody talked about it on a podcast or something. What are some of your other favorite cartoons?
So I grew up a Nickelodeon kid. So basically any of those I'm way into. I mean, the one we're going to talk about tonight is my favorite, but like Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, Doug, like all that stuff. I've seen like all those episodes multiple times over just because it was always on, because I was a Nickelodeon kid. But also like the classic stuff. Like at one point when I was a kid, Nickelodeon used to show like the Looney Tunes type of stuff. So I love all those because big nostalgia for me, like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. So all that kind of stuff. As far as like the more like adult oriented stuff, I watched South Park a lot. I mean, I fell off of it now. I haven't watched it in probably a decade at this point, but I was big into South Park for a while. I was big into Simpsons, like, and especially like once they put like all the Simpsons episodes like online and on demand and whatnot, I went back and I watched all those old ones, binged them all, and just fell in love with that show. So I mean, there's a lot that I like, but I would think the bulk of like what I enjoy is like Nicktoons stuff, because that's the stuff I grew up watching.
Oh yeah, I was probably I'm a little bit older, but I was in college when a lot of the Nicktoons stuff started. I watched a lot of Ren and Stimpy. I did. We had the soundtrack at the radio station in college. So I would be lying if I didn't tell you I played at least one Ren and Stimpy song per show, whether it's I Want to Be a Monkey or the Log song, or there was one I Don't Was on the Electric Fence. Nice little fun interstitials. But yeah, the Nicktoons were a lot of fun. I grew up when the Looney Tunes were on Saturday morning cartoons.
Right.
They're so great. Yeah, they are timeless though. There are so many of them that if you watch through a lens now, it's kind of like, oh boy.
Yeah.
But still, it goes over kids' heads though. It's so enjoyable. And I feel like a lot of the modern cartoons that are still on and have been on for years, like South Park, Family Guy, Simpsons, everybody you talk to has probably said, "Oh, I've watched this for a while. You can only go watch that for so long, right?"
Right. Well, I mean, when you have a show like The Simpsons that's been on for 35 years.
Yes.
South Park's been on for 25 or so. Like, eventually, and I mean, it could be your favorite show of all time, but eventually, it's going to get bored. You're going to get bored just seeing the same characters do, and it's tough to try and find new things for these characters to do when there's been 700 episodes or however long it's been, you know.
Yeah, too much of a good thing.
Right.
Sometimes you kind of like want to see like the story come to a completion, so to speak. Like if you go back and you look at like, you remember this show so fondly, and then you like actually look, it's like, oh wow, there were only like 50 episodes, or they were only like this many. It was only on for this short amount of time, but it was such like a big part of your life for these years that you just remember it like, it was endless. It seemed like to me.
Right.
So what was your did you have a specific lineup? Because a lot of times we talk about in the show is like what you watch when you used to come home from school when you were a kid. Is there something that really stands out for you? Like for me, it was like coming home, putting on Channel 11, which is now like a CW in New York, and it was like Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Voltron, Mask, all in a row, and it was heaven. So did you have anything like that when you would come home from school?
I feel like Rugrats was on all the time, like just when I came home, especially like by the time because like the show we're going to talk about tonight, by the time like I was like of the school age, like 11, 12, 13, this show really wasn't even in reruns by that point anymore. They kind of just put it in a closet and forgot about it. So it was a lot of like Rugrats, Rocket Power. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I've heard of it, yeah.
It was the skateboarding show. I watched a lot of that show too. I actually Inside Baseball, I almost picked that show for this episode.
Oh, you could always come back and we could watch that one then. So
I like that show a lot too. So it was Nickelodeon was weird too when I was of like 10 or 11. I feel like every day would used to be like something different. Like one day you'd come home, it would be Rugrats. Another day you'd come home, it would be like a Rocket Power or something like that. It always kind of like changed day by day, so like they didn't really have like a set lineup, but I do seem to remember that Rugrats was always on Nickelodeon because it was super popular. I mean, rightfully so. It's a great show, but it was always on.
Yeah, I know they're the same company. For me though, I think I remember watching Ren and Stimpy on MTV actually. They are the same company. I think I kind of remember that, but it is from the Nicktoons studio.
Yep.
So and it definitely go ahead.
I think it's the case with the show we're talking about tonight too. I think like at the end it would say like MTV Networks.
Yeah. Nickelodeon was part of the whole thing. Inside Baseball, I used to work there. So yeah, it is. But you know what? It's funny is and we're gonna get to in just a second what we're watching and talking about more tonight. But to me, like Nicktoons has like a watch, like a feel to it. You ever like just like watch a one and you're like, this is a Nicktoons. Like you just have that. It's just something in the maybe it's the animation style or something like that. But you ever like just like look and be like, oh, this was definitely a Nick. This was it has that feeling. I don't know why.
Yeah, there's a definite feel to it if you're watching that as opposed to like one of the Disney cartoons or something that aired, some other cartoon somewhere else. Like or a Fox Kids cartoon or something. Yeah. There's a definite feel to it. And I mean, like some of the early 90s stuff, a lot of the animation is pretty similar. Like I think Doug and Rugrats kind of look similar a little bit, and it's just there's something about it. There's like a feel to it. And I mean, in some cases for Nicktoons there was a gross out humor factor to it, which we'll get to in this show we're going to talk about.
It seemed more targeted at adolescent boys for the most part, like that kind of humor.
Well, listen, it worked on me. Idiots. So.
And college guys like me,
yeah, right.
Who quoted Ren and Stimpy relentlessly. So, but let's get what show did you pick? I mean, obviously, if they're listening, they see it in the description in the episode title. But what show are you? What show are we going to watch tonight?
Tonight we are going to watch Rocko's Modern Life, which is a fantastic show about a wallaby from Australia, his a cow friend Heffer, a steer friend named Heffer, and his neurotic, anxiety-riddled turtle friend named Filburt. So I can't wait.
That is an awesome, like you read like a cast list, and like this is what we have to in our show. We have a wallaby, Rocko. Mm-hmm. We got a cow named Heffer and a neurotic turtle named Filbert. Plus, he has a dog named Spunky.
Spunky, yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what do you love so much about Rocko's Modern Life? What made you say, you know what, this is my pick?
There's something. The humor, I think it's the right kind of weird for me, because it's a very weird show, which we'll see in some of these episodes we're gonna watch. But it's like I love Ren and Stimpy too, but I think Ren and Stimpy sometimes can get way too out there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if I say to you the nerve ending fairy, Andy, you know exactly what I'm talking about with Ren and Stimpy, right? So there's stuff like that, and Rocko, it doesn't go that far, but like it's the right balance of like funny characters, just the antics they get in, plus that gross out humor, plus just the weirdness of everything that's going on. And it appealed to me as a kid for some reason, and it probably explains a lot about why I am the way I am today.
Yeah, you could definitely see that. And SpongeBob has a little bit of that, where it's like what are they sniffing, what are they smoking, like, to come up with this? Right. That's really kind of like how what? Wait, what? And then you just like buy in and you laugh so much about it, and you just get there are some more of the modern shows that I've watched that my son watches, and it's like, have you ever watched that Uncle Grandpa? That's like modern.
I've heard of it.
That would be up your alley.
Yeah.
I mean, he's everybody's favorite uncle and grandpa. There's a dinosaur. There's Pizza Steve. That's a slice of pizza. So it's Mr. Gus is the dinosaur. It's definitely out there. I kind of hope somebody picks it at some point for the show, even though it's just as cartoons of our youth. But we're all youth inside, right? Okay, so going back to Rocko. So a little bit about the show. So they live in a fictional town of O-Town. Mm-hmm. It has, was known for, like you said, controversial adult humor, including double entendre, innuendo, and satirical social commentary. Very similar to the Ren and Stimpy show. It actually premiered on September 18th, 1993, and ended November 24th, 1996, totaling 4 seasons and 52 episodes. There was a special, Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling, which was digitally released on Netflix on August 9th, 2019. The show launched the careers of voice actors Carlos Alas, the guy who voiced the Taco Bell dog, basically, and Tom Kenny, who, come on, SpongeBob SquarePants right there, and Mr. Lawrence, who I want to say he voiced Plankton on SpongeBob as well. And then after the show's cancellation, we talked about much of the staff regrouped to work on SpongeBob SquarePants, who was created by the creative director of Rocko's Modern Life, Steven Hillenburg.
Oh, wow. So, I didn't know that. There you go.
Yeah. So, there's lots going on in this show. The O-Town is located near the Great Lakes. Places in the town include Choky Chicken, later renamed Chewy Chicken, which was a parody of KFC, and a favorite hangout. A mega corporation with the slogan, "We own you, and we own everything in town." King O-Lot's Comics, Hollow Wood, a town that resembles Hollywood. Lots of fun stuff. And so we're just going to get to it. So we are going to watch 2 episodes. Matt has picked the first 2 episodes of season 1. So, Matt, do you know what the name of the episode is? I don't have it in front of me.
I believe the first part of it is called Carnival Knowledge.
Yes, Carnival Knowledge. Actually, I got it. Sand in Your Navel. Mm-hmm. So, we're going to just basically watch the first 2 episodes. We're going to live watch them, and Matt's going to educate me on what I don't know about Rocko's Modern Life, and we're just going to have a good time. So these are on Paramount Plus, by the way, so you can watch along with us. All right, so we are both queued up at 000 on this episode. Matt, are you ready to go?
I am ready, sir.
All right. On my count, 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. So we get the open here. So one thing I do kind of remember was that the B-52s did the theme song here.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't think they did it for the full run. I want to say like about halfway through they got the B-52s. Before that, it was like some weird, like almost like a pseudo rap pop weird thing. Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but yeah, the B-52s, the Fred Schneider saying "Rocko's Modern Life." Lives in my head rent free.
It does. It's going to be stuck in there. And you can definitely see them going through the town here, and we get introductions. Looks like Rocko, Heffer, and his dog Spunky are in the open here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Carnival Knowledge. It looks like Heffer loves his popcorn there.
So the other thing about this show too, and I think this is part of why, especially watching it now as an adult, partially why I enjoy it, is that a lot of the episodes they do are relatively basic, like the one we're watching here. Oh, they're going to a carnival. Like there's an episode where they do laundry, or we're gonna see later on there's one where they go to the beach. Like it's all kind of like relatable situations and like thoughts that we as people have definitely had but never act on about like society and shit. And I think, watching it as an adult, that type of stuff, like it just works on me for whatever reason, because it's relatable. You can relate to it.
Mm-hmm. Just got called Kangaroo Boy. I'm sure that was a common thing. He had heard of it. Oh God, this poor I don't even know what that is. Looks like a pig that got off the roller coaster. Another satisfied customer.
And I just love the way everything looks, too. It looks like this whole place is just melting. It's such a great... The animation, I think, is fantastic. It's that gross-out type of, like, Ren and Stimpy type of animation. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's there's, like... It's not crisp, you know what I mean? Like, there's no... The lines aren't, all straight, and not everything... Everything is kind of, like... It's almost like melted a little bit, right? It's like yeah, let's draw it up there. You have to know what it is, but it can be like out there, like the Muggle Whirl. I don't know if I'd go on that ride.
No. This looks very dangerous, but it does look like something you would see at a carnival. I mean, just dingy and.
Yes, and then you get coffee dumped on you. You're basically the teacups on steroids. And you get the tea poured on you. Elevator to Hell. Yes, there have been rides that I probably would call that I've been on. Oh, poor Heffer is too hefty.
That's the other thing too. They got away with saying hell on Nickelodeon. Like that's kind of the '90s were a hell of a time.
It literally goes to hell. He puts on the mask and everything.
So there's one episode in one of the later seasons where. Heffer chokes on a chicken bone, dies, and literally goes to hell.
Oh God, it's kind of like have you watched Cuphead?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, that's the show. My son introduced me to that. I still have to play the game, but yeah.
Oh my God, be prepared to be very angry if you play the game. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, that's what he's told me.
Yeah.
He's like, because I tell him like I put games on like easier modes because I just don't have time for that shit anymore.
Yeah.
And he's like, boy, if you need to get to this or unlock this, you have to play on the hard mode. I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
There is no easy mode.
Yeah, there is no easy mode. Oh my God, it looks like they just stuck things through these animals to put them on this ride.
Yeah.
Imagine going on a merry-go-round like just real horses, but they stuffed the pole through them.
Oh,
That's what it is.
Imagine going on one this fast.
Oh God, no.
It's like a top.
I've gone on rides that have been too fast for what they are. They were these swings. It's a swing ride at Playland in Rye, New York, and they were not exactly kiddie swings.
Right.
Now it's not like the ones now that go like 300 feet in the air at Six Flags. That scares the living shit. I mean, I've gone on once just to say I've gone on them, and I won't my kids go on them, and I just say, sign of the cross while they're up there, and hopefully they come down. But
well, there's that gross out humor as Rocko throws up all over the screen.
Oh God. Oh, carnival games. Oh boy.
Oh God, and smiley face.
That is the roughest smiley face I think I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Decapitated stuffed animal in the skill crane. Now that's funny. And they put gold and diamonds in there.
Yeah.
And the crane comes out and steals his watch. How do you think I got all those prizes? But who had a gold bar in there that the crane was?
I know. Who's bringing a gold bar to the damn carnival?
Oh boy. That's a prize I don't want. Heffer's underwear.
Yeah. God, even the way the Ferris wheel looks, it looks just like rickety, and you can see all the gum underneath it.
Yeah, it's like those carnivals that you go to and you're just like, yeah, there's something about going on a ride that gets put together, broken down and put back up, like once a week or so.
It's one of those modular rides you ride in a mall parking lot.
Oh God. You know what makes me main roster angry about malls these days, speaking of like rides, is those damn like little scooter things that they're like animals or something like that, and the kids go around. That just annoys me to no end. And because I'm so glad those didn't really start till my kids were older, or else I would have been stuck, letting them go on those things. But main roster angry right there. This is a shyster carnival if I ever saw one here.
Yeah.
Let's hang them upside down so we get the change out of their pockets.
Rocko has a terrible arm. God, how much is it to throw a ball? Like $5? Holy hell.
Have you been to a theme park lately? Yeah, it's like, hey, it's this much to play, and then you need this many players to play, and then look, you only have 3 players, you get this little tiny one. You need like the whole lot to get like the biggest thing.
I know, but this was the 90s.
I know.
$5 then was like $30 now.
Probably, yeah, adjusted for inflation. Oh boy.
God.
Rocko looks like he's had it. Those things are so rigged, though.
Oh, they totally are.
Like, I knocked it down. No, you have to knock it down and off the little platform.
The only time I won something worth anything at a carnival game is they used to do a local carnival where I live every summer, and I ended up winning like an American flag pillow on like a ring toss or something. Other than that, it's like waste of money.
Yeah, I've won a couple of big things. Like I remember I was cleaning out my parents' attic before they sold the house. And I was like, wow, I won a giant alligator with a frog sitting on the top like that. But it was almost like that Budweiser commercial.
Oh yeah.
And I won a few things, but then I go with my kids and they're like, oh, we want to play this game. I'm like, where are we putting this damn thing in the car? I want to go through all the effort to win this thing and just like leave it behind.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
this is a dangerous ride.
Yeah, with a saw that literally goes through their lawn.
Never seen that at any carnival I've been to.
I've been going to the wrong ones.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, is this guy working like every attraction here?
Yeah, I guess unless he has like clones of himself.
Well, frogs have a lot of kids, right? Oh man, we used to cheat on that game all the time. The frog one years ago. We used to, I used to go with my friends or whatever, and you go to like, you put the frog in the thing and you look like you're about to hit it, and you have your friend like distract them and turn away. Then you throw it in the thing and you hit it with the hammer so that you got it in really bad.
I love this frog. Cigar in his mouth, the bowler hat.
I could just imagine the voice. Yeah, we have it on mute with closed captions, but it's either he's got a she here, or he's got a hey there.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think it's more the second one. It's kind of like Mick from Rocky. You're gonna flip me in there.
Loser. Yeah, I could definitely see though too the SpongeBob influence here, because Heffer definitely seems like almost like a Patrick type.
Yeah, they're very like Heffer is also. I mean, I don't think he's quite as stupid as Patrick, but like there's a level of dumbness where you could definitely see that it's related. It's the same, writing staff, animators, whoever.
Oh, the bumper cars. That is Who is the demented person who invented those? Poor Rocko gets left behind. The bumper car goes.
He gets run over by the ambulance.
That's like he's playing the old Madden game.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that happened in that game. Somebody gets injured, then the ambulance comes on the field and just starts bowling over.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. That's the worst cotton candy I've ever seen that Heffer's eating there.
Oof. Now I love roller coasters, but I don't know about that. Even I would be like,
Oh, you don't want to ride the nosebleed?
No. Yeah, that's kind of and they're going up in a bathtub.
In a bathtub, yeah, with nary a seatbelt to be found.
And there's the frog again. I love those kind of callback jokes.
So good.
Oh wow, yeah, I've been on steep rides. Holy Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have I forgot what they're called, but there's a kind of roller coaster that does where I know they have them at one at Busch Gardens in Tampa, where you go up to the top and you go like you're going over, but it stops.
Yep, and it sits you there for a second.
Yeah, I tried from the ground to get the timing down, and of course I didn't.
I'm a big fan of when the cartoon characters turn into accordions too.
Oh,
whenever they hit something.
Yeah, whenever they get like the shape of something, or like they get hit with an iron, their face is an iron.
Oh, a fresh melon vending machine. That's the thing too about this show. There's a lot of background jokes, kind of like Simpsons. Right. Read all the signs, just look everywhere. There's always something going on.
Oh, wait, Rocko actually won?
Yeah.
And the whole carnival literally stops. He's like, oh shit, that's never happened before.
He wins a Chinese finger trap.
Oh god. And yeah, this is your prize. You get your fingers caught.
Yeah. I definitely had one of those at one point at some arcade.
Yeah, or I get like in like a gift bag at like a birthday party or something like that.
Yeah.
The frog gets caught in the closing there.
I love those too. Those like whenever the screen fades to black and the cartoon tries to jump in. I'm a fan for those too.
All right, so now we got sand in your navel here.
So I believe this one they go to the beach and chaos ensues, as you can imagine.
Yeah, it looks like a rather hot day with these. He's sweating like a hooker in church here. I mean, you see the ice melting, and you see.
Yep. If this is the episode I think it is, this one kind of goes some places.
Oh, okay. I'm there, man. Let's go.
It takes not a weird turn, but one of the stories they end up doing is pretty. Again, if it's the one I'm thinking it is, it's very interesting and kind of weird.
So I guess this is the debut of Spunky because he wasn't in the last cartoon, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know like if what we just watched was the actual pilot or what the order was. I mean, it was the first one on Paramount Plus, but it could have been one of those weird things where, you know, because production order or something, it could be out of order. I have no idea, but.
Well, to me, this is the introduction of Spunky.
Right.
Wow, it looks hot there.
Yeah.
This must be like, you know, what it's like in the summer where Jenny lives in Florida.
Yeah, I can't. I like living in a place that experiences all 4 seasons. I'm good with that. or you know, given the way things are, 3 seasons ish. We kind of don't have a spring anymore. It's usually just winter right into summer. But
yeah, well, it's more like 8 seasons. It's like, oh, here's real summer. Here's fall for a day. Second summer. Now it's this. Now all of a sudden winter.
Here's your 3 weeks of rain.
Yes. Oh God, beach parking. That does get me annoyed.
Yeah. There's so many people. There's too many people want to go to the beach. There's more than one beach. We don't all have to go to the same one.
Yeah, well, it depends where you live, because like over here in this part of Connecticut, we have the Sound, and
Yeah.
you like walking on rocks? Go ahead. There's Long Island Sound for you.
I mean, the beach closest to me is nothing but rocks. It's the same thing. So.
Oof. So I guess he's gonna walk it in this heat here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a cruise ship, everything. It looks like a very crowded beach here.
Yeah, very much so.
Ugh. I don't know. What's the worst part about going to the beach? Is it getting there and finding a spot and setting up, or is it like leaving and trying to get all the sand out of places where sand shouldn't be?
I hate sand. Hate it.
Oh, yes.
It's the worst thing. If a beach didn't have sand, I'd be perfectly okay with it. It's the worst. It's the worst part of the beach experience. You're picking sand out of places for a week, even if you spend 10 minutes at the beach.
Yes.
It's the worst.
Oh, boy. This is an experience for Rocko here. A lotion on this. I don't even know what this thing is.
I want to say it's a hippopotamus.
Yes. Again, with the really great exaggerations here in the almost caricature-esque in the drawing here. God!
She just shot down a cruise ship with him.
Out of her nostril. Yes, it's quite a shot. Kind of reminds me of what's her face in Norbit.
Oh God, yeah.
Rasputia. That's on the Laughing Theater to-do list. That is a wacky movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There's a pelican. Remember that for later.
Okay. You know what's funny is that pelicans, we don't get them a lot up here, but like in Aruba, they're like pigeons in Aruba. When I was there, I was like, why are there so many pelicans here? Holy jeez.
Yeah, we don't get any of those up here.
Yeah. He probably has the same voice as that frog, guessing from his demeanor. Oh my God, he's eating a tuna sandwich at the beach.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't think of one of the worst. Like, only thing worse eating at the beach would probably be egg salad.
Yeah, any type of like potato salad or egg salad or anything like that. Just like unless you're gonna eat the whole thing right away.
Yeah. Oh God, I hate those. We were in Florida at Fort Myers, and Dylan might have been. I want to say he was. It was. God, it was like 7 maybe, and we're going to eat lunch, and he was eating a Polio cheese stick, and a damn seagull came and just took it out of his hand. And since then, he has had an ongoing vendetta against seagulls.
I mean,
he will literally mutter under his breath when he sees them.
Listen, if a bird ever steals any of my food, that bird's gonna die.
We get back to my parents' condo, and they're like, "How was the beach, Dylan?" And Dylan folds his arm, and he goes, "Seagull stole my cheese stick." He was pissed. To the point where we played a joke on him. We made him go stand by the animatronic seagulls outside the Seas with Nemo attraction at Epcot and take a picture, and he was not. They had an ornament. And I bought it, and I keep hitting it. And mine. He just gets mad and walks out of the room. You torture your son. It's the best thing. All right, back to the episode.
Yeah, so Spunky had a bit of an issue. He was sent into the water. He almost drowned. But luckily, the medics are there to save the fish. Yeah, they're medics. They're like a recurring character. They randomly pop up as like these weird, like EMTs almost, and they're almost certainly grabbing the wrong person.
Oh boy, Spunky's not having a good day here.
No.
This lobster's speaking Spanish. He's like, I'm out of here. He's crab. Actually, with a crab.
Oh, here comes the pelican.
Yeah. Oh boy. Spunky's not that small.
I know. It's a strong pelican.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. There goes comedy of errors. Trips over a turtle into the rolling barbecue that's rolling on the sand, by the way.
Oh, God. Kid just ate sand like that. Good Lord. Oh.
Kids will eat anything.
That's vile.
Ugh.
Oh, we're at a nude beach now.
Oh.
See, this is what I mean. This is a kid's show, and that's a nude beach is an adult thing.
Oh, God. Imagine that. Dad, what's a nude beach?
Oh, God. The censor. That's so great.
Rocko takes off his...
That's so good.
One thing that I always remember too is there was a line on Friends once where Chandler's like, it's like, one thing I didn't get, Donald Duck always, wore a sailor suit with no pants, but yet when he would get out of the shower, he wrapped a towel around him. It's kind of like here. It's like Rocco's got no pants on to begin with, but yet he's...
Yeah. Well, he took the shirt off, you see.
Oh, that's right. Oh, metal detectors at the beach.
Yeah, that's a thing. Oh, I found a nickel. Well, good for you. You spent 2 hours looking for that damn nickel. How do you feel about yourself?
Hey, I found a broken watch. It's right twice a day.
Yeah.
Good for you. The pelican still got spunky.
Yeah. The spunky's gone, it would appear.
It's like you see those things where like a hawk takes away like a small dog or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, art imitates life. Maybe that's where it came from. Unfortunately, somebody had the idea. My dog was taken by a hawk. Maybe we could have Spunky get taken by a pelican.
A pelican stole my dog.
Imagine trying to explain that one.
Yeah.
Poor Spunky.
You see, the pelican is apparently works for the fishermen, and that he supplies the fish to the fishermen on the beach.
Ah, it's a whole racket going here.
Right. Hence why Spunky was a frozen ice cube in a fresh fish chest. So this is not the one. This is not the one I thought it was.
Okay.
There is an episode where I want to say there's an episode where they go to the grocery store where Spunky basically goes into a meat packing plant and they try to pass him off as dog meat. And like they wrap him up like he's like Angus beef or something, and someone tries to buy him as regular dog meat, knowing that it's dog meat and that this fellow that Rocko ran into was wanted to eat the dog.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that brings us to the end of this episode. So we are going to go on to the next episode. But we're going to pause for a moment while Matt Souza tell us all about what you've got going on your podcast lately, any guest appearances you've made on other podcasts, social medias. Let's do the plugs now, and then we'll get to the next episode.
Oh, all kinds of good stuff, Andy. We got over on the North-South Connection, we have the Extreme Three-Way Dance where we go through the land of VCW. That's myself, JT, and Jenny. We're currently in 1998, end of 98, so give that a listen. You can watch that, too. That's on the YouTube channel. We also have GC Dub. That's myself and Jenny, also on the No So feed, where we go through the world of GCW. We talk about some of the shows that happened. We preview what's coming up. So give that a listen. On the Place to Be Nation wrestling feed, we have Highway to the Impact Zone, which is a live watch podcast, sort of like this, where we live watch TNA wrestling, and I use the term watch very loosely when it comes to that show. And I also use the term very loosely when it comes to YouTube Roulette, which is another live watch show that I do, where we basically, the entire crew, all four of us, we pick matches from YouTube, and we watch them and talk over them, sort of like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type of deal. So listen to all that, and you can find me on Twitter, where I will plug all my stuff, all my guest appearances, if I do any and stuff like that. You can find me on Twitter, or I guess X, on at msouza1991.
The social network that shall not be named.
Right. Whatever
Like...
whatever Elon decides to call it this week.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to just go right into the next episode on Paramount Plus. It is season 1, episode 2, Sucker for the Suck-O-Matic. That's a title. / Canned. All right. So Matt, are you queued up?
I am ready.
All right, on my count, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we got let me ask you a question. Now, on streaming shows, how often do you skip the intros?
Ooh, good question. Well, first of all, it depends on how good the intro is, number one. So, for instance, X-Men the Animated Series, I love that intro. I'm never skipping it, no matter how many episodes in a row I watch.
Yes, as you guys mentioned on the very fine Exposition when you were a guest on that show. Yes, check that out.
But if I'm binge watching, like, I don't know, like a Seinfeld or something, I don't know, Seinfeld doesn't have any intros, but if it's a series that I'm watching 20 of in a row or something like that, probably by about the 10th one I've watched, I'm skipping the intro, you know?
Yeah. I mean, something like The Simpsons, maybe because there's little differences in them. You don't skip them. Live action, quite often I do skip. The only one I could say I never did was Peacemaker. Because that was probably the greatest open in the history of television. Oh, yeah. I never skipped the Peacemaker open either. Which, God, I can't wait for season 2 of that. That's a whole other topic. Yes. So we've been eagerly awaiting that on Pop Goes to the Couch. Okay, so we got this episode. What is this, the gist of this episode about? This is the Suck-O-Matic, right? Yes, I believe the crux of this is Rocko buys a new vacuum cleaner to clean his filthy ass apartment. See, that's what I mean. A lot of these episodes, like, it's a very basic premise, but then shit just goes horribly wrong in very funny ways. Oh, God. Oh, poor Spunky with the licking the frayed wire there. Sort of like that. Now, who among us has not gotten mad or had a fight with their vacuum cleaner? Oh, I was trying to fix my vacuum cleaner like a week ago. I had to go out and buy a new one because like something like broke on it. I'm like, I can't replace this. I'd have to buy a whole new vacuum. Yeah, I had to pull the brush out of mine. I had to break out my special screwdriver that had like the hex bolts on it to get into it. What a giant pain in the ass. Oh God, pasture puffies. That's up there with poofy. What was it called? Crunchy, poofy pie. What was the cheesy poofs? That was it. Yep. I love cartoons. Always have the best made up snacks and foods in them. I believe that is the snack of choice in Rocko's modern life world is the pasture puffies for Heffer. You ever go like there's those stores that like you go to and they have like actual candies or something from these shows? They're on like very. It's probably like something you like literally pasture puffies could literally be like Smart Food or something for all we know. Right. Well, even I was at Walmart earlier tonight and they had the ice cream from Stranger Things just sitting there on the shelf. Ooh. In the freezer. Yeah. Oh, that's dangerous. Because like you see that and you're like in some of these shows, like I want to try. I would eat that. Yeah. Like I would have a Krabby Patty just to know why has Plankton been trying to steal for all these years. Right. Ooh, would you want a tapeworm farm, Andy? I'm gonna pass. Yeah. On that. Yeah. You're gonna pass the tapeworm too, eventually. Yeah, obviously. See, and there goes the vacuum going for the Oscar, for the Emmy, I guess. The Suck-O-Matic. It's like something you hear in a Saturday Night Live sketch. House crud, yeah. It looks like. Oh. He said rose bud. Nothing like your vacuum barfing on you.
Oh God.
We could not too bite off my show I used to host, and now Steve Earle hosts. And what about the Mount Rushmore of vacuums and TV and movies? Would you say Jaws from Mr. Mom's probably up there as number one?
Yeah, I would think so. I would have this one up there too for that death scene it just did. I mean,
Yeah.
goddamn.
Wait, it's not just a vacuum; it's a tree pruner, a ball polisher, right?
Apparently, this whatever type of animal that was on the TV there had some sort of lobotomy because it had like stitches across its forehead.
That's a effed up anteater. Looks like. It also is a bidet.
Yeah.
Now, who among us has not, been staring at a TV and something like that comes on and you get mesmerized?
Yeah.
You're like, and you get close to buying it. Like nowadays, it's so much easier. But before it was like, oh, I gotta get up, I gotta call within the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I
need my Ron Popeil oven.
Hey, I had the Pocket Fisherman, so
or my Big Mouth Billy Bass. It's only $20 and it'll be here tomorrow.
Oh God. It's like a Lewis Black routine. He's like, hey, people buy everything on shopping networks. You could take a styrofoam cup and you could draw on it with crayons and put a little slot in the top and make it a wish cup. And there's going to be somebody at 3 a.m. watching TV in Idaho going, I got to have that cup.
I mean, what the hell else are you supposed to do at 3 a.m?
In Idaho.
If you're not sleeping. I mean,
no less. What else is there to do in Idaho, right? I don't know. I don't know anybody who lives in Idaho. I don't know. I might just be judging them, but making assumptions.
It's a big box for a vacuum cleaner.
Yes. I know you get that Amazon delivery, and it's like you open it up, it's like all packing peanuts and that air. Now the thing is the air.
Yeah.
Like the things, and you got to pop them all, and that freaks the cat out.
I'd rather have that than the packing peanuts, though.
Oh yeah, because those break up at the smaller packing peanuts. They like multiply.
Yeah. Or especially in the case we're seeing here, if you have dogs, they fucking eat everything.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's a super sucko right there.
God, it's
look at they're all on top of it with helmets on and goggles.
It's like a car. It's a tank.
Wow.
How dirty is your house that you need a vacuum cleaner like that?
I don't know. I have kids. They are slobs. Trust me. Doesn't get better, and girls are worse. Gotta say, my daughter is so much more of a slob than my son.
Oh my God, this poor tick community or whatever they were, fleas.
Canine. If it was that easy, forget it.
Oh
What
yeah.
the hell is that? Dog. Oh no. Oh, minus balls. Oh, I get it.
That vacuum has a neutering attachment, apparently.
Oh God.
So ridiculous.
It's got a chimney sweep mode. It was only $99.99, right? Oh, Santa. Wow.
Yeah. That's a hell of an as seen on TV vacuum.
What power?
So there's one episode too where that car that he was just sucking up, that's his car, it dies at some point, and the gang tries to fix it, and it gets to a point where Filburt literally has like some sort of ceremony to try and bring it back to life. And one of the things they say in it is they end up fixing the car by seeing that there's a switch on the inside of it that switches it from being broken to being fixed, and that is the thing that I say pretty much anytime something breaks in my house, or if someone asks me, you know how to fix this, and I'll say, oh, why don't you try switching it from broken to fixed. So that is the thing I say all the time directly from this show. And every time I say that, people look at me like I have 7 heads, but I don't care. I know what I mean.
That's welcome to my world. I do that kind of stuff all the time.
The vacuum has a brain of its own, has a mind of its own.
They often do.
I think Stephen King warned us about this.
Well, they're like the first wave of the robot takeover.
Yeah.
Vacuums.
This is what's going to happen with all this AI stuff going on.
Oh yeah. It's just gonna make your house too clean.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't want that lamp.
Look, now the vacuum has eyes and whatnot.
Oh, that is one evil-looking vacuum there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a transformer.
It kind of is. I don't think they didn't say that this was part of the deal on the As Seen on TV thing.
Oh, we have to add the Mega Maid from Spaceballs. I think has to get on that vacuum Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
If you have any other, write in and let us know who else you would put on the vacuum Mount Rushmore. By the way, link in the comments below.
You could put the vacuum from Brave Little Toaster.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was evil. Was it the pink version of Starship Enterprise?
Yeah, kind of was. Oh, the instruction manual says "Prepare to die." Wow, they probably shouldn't have bought this vacuum.
In case Suck-O-Matic sucks. Yeah, I think I would freak out. It's like there was a one of those fake Saturday Night Live commercials for Happy Fun Ball. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And one of the things was like, don't taunt Happy Fun Ball. Oh wow! Now it's pulling out their innards here.
So you see what happened here was that apparently the innards of the dog, the cow, and the wallaby were too much for the vacuum to handle, and it killed the vacuum.
Go see if the bag is full. Of course, he sends Heffer in.
Oh, it's a vintage 73 chip that got caught in the vacuum's throat. He's like a wine connoisseur.
Yeah,
But
looks
for
like
chips.
it. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's the... Oh, God, Heffer, come on. Why are you going to try to eat that gnarly-ass, disgusting, vacuum spit-covered chip?
Ugh.
I like chips, but, man, whoa.
Yeah, I don't like them that much. Not enough to eat them out of the mouth of a vacuum cleaner. That's a weird thing I just said.
This Hitchcock and...
Yeah, it just
right
turned
there.
into Vertigo.
I know, all of a sudden.
Well, at least they survived.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe. Oh my God, the robots are taking over.
barely.
Ugh. This is our future if AI keeps going down the path it's going to.
Just suckos as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real problem.
So we got Canned here. Yeah, these characters that we see like in the opening credits here, yeah, they're very Nicktoons, those characters to me. Like you've seen them in like that kind of character design line. But so this is our first Filburt here on these episodes, right?
Yep. And I believe the neighbors are in this episode too, the big heads. Ed and Bev Bighead, I believe, are in this episode. So if I remember right, I think in this one Rocko gets fired from his job, and he's on the hunt to find a new one. I believe is the case in this one.
Oh, okay. What's Filburt's voice like? Since I can't really hear it right now.
It's kind of like like kind of like nerdy sounding,
like droopy almost.
Not so much droopy, but just kind of like nasally a little bit.
Oh, okay. Oh God, it's picking his nose. Speaking of nasally, God. Oh, he's talking with the finger up there. That's.
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of that one character, Stickler from Cuphead.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yes, excuse me.
That is kind of what Filburt sounds like a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And he's like very nervous and it's kind of like it's an interesting thing they did with the three characters. Rocko was kind of like the level-headed, even-keeled one. Heifer, we've seen he's a bit of an idiot and kind of a dunce, whereas Filburt is very like neurotic, anxiety-ridden, nervous. Just so it's interesting to see how those three characters kind of play off of each other.
I picture his voice being close to Snagglepuss also. Uh-oh. So these are the big heads?
Yes.
Oh, Spunky did a little dookie on their lawn there. Oh, God, lawn darts. Oh, that was a product of the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
We used to play that, and then you would just hope that you'd have all your body parts when you were done playing.
Hope you don't die.
What's that? Oh, you just took a dart to the foot. It's okay.
So, Bev's voice is kind of like this. That's how she talks.
Like Selma, like the sisters, Marge's sisters?
Worse.
Really? Is that even possible?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Ed, come over here and butter my back.
It's like Ann Ramsey from Throw Mama from the Train. Owen!
Yeah, kind of.
We don't have a cousin Ira. You lied to me, Bonk.
You know how Uncle Lewis says the blessing in Christmas Vacation? Yeah. That's kind of what Bev Bighead sounds like.
Oh, God.
The blessing.
Oh, boy. This guy's got to read what is his electric got turned off?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. What the heck is he inside?
That would appear to be a mouth, I think.
Yeah, he's inside a rhino giving a tattoo.
He's giving a tattoo to the rhino's punching bag throat thing, whatever they call that.
Uvula, yes. I do not have one of those anymore.
Oh.
I had mine removed when I had my tonsils and adenoids out.
Mm.
Yes, it was not a fun recovery, trust me.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. So here is an adult thing. Rocko becomes a phone sex operator for a second.
We also got a plumber's crack here.
Yep.
In the episode. We're checking all the boxes here for sure.
Yeah.
Remember, be hot, be naughty, be courteous. Those are definitely words to live by in life.
That is also a line that lives in my head rent free. Is Rocko saying, "Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby," lives in my head rent free. Conglamo, we own you. So this is where Ed Bighead works. He works at Conglamo.
Okay. That's a lot.
He's kind of like a pencil pusher type of worker, if I remember right.
Oh God, that would scare me too if I was him.
Jeez, yeah.
It's like Wizard of Oz here.
Yeah, really.
Job? Why would I give you a job? Oh God, he just swats that dude with a fly swatter.
He came out of that screen, no less.
Mm.
It's like The Ring.
Oh God, I won't watch that movie.
No,
those kind of things. I'm like, nope. That as soon as I throw the trailer for Megan, I'm in the movie theater like, nope.
Yeah. Oh, Mathregan. Yeah.
Yeah, Mathregan. Creepy doll. Nope.
Yeah.
Possessed zombie girl, whatever the hell, coming out of a TV. Nope.
With a Nosemaster pocket surgeon.
Hey, what the?
I guess they're like they're kind of like an Amazon, I think. In fact, they kind of do everything from what I gather.
Yeah, a little like a big box store here.
Yeah. He
doesn't have a nose. How's the Nosematic going to work? Oh, God.
It's going to give him one.
It's gonna give him two as eyes.
There's two of them, in fact. Yeah. I don't think that's how that works.
Genetically enhanced chewing gum. This is like straight out of Willy Wonka here.
Yeah.
He grew a tree out of his head.
I feel like that would be painful. Like, you know how Wolverine claws? Yeah. I feel like growing a tree out of your head would be very painful in much the same way.
Oh, God, you can't mix all those gums together. That's just a disaster.
Oh, God. That is my worst nightmare.
Oh, the bees, yeah.
Oh.
It's like, thank God it wasn't Thomas J. That's a pull.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hairstyle maker thing here.
Dial-a-doo.
Oh, he's got the Elvis pump. That's a thing.
Yeah. It's like Coolio almost.
Yeah.
The light bulbs.
He's got a fruit processor.
He's had a tree and a fruit processor on his head.
Oh. He had a spider in the fruit processor too. Oof. I remember Bobcat Goldthwait during Comic Relief one year. He had a juicer on stage and he actually juiced squid and drank it. It was
God.
And he drinks it, he goes, whoa! He goes, oh, I thought it'd be funny, but Jesus Christ, it tastes like shit. And then he literally runs off the stage.
Didn't he get banned from the Tonight Show for lighting the couch on fire or something? Was that him?
Maybe. It wouldn't shock me. Mad giraffe repellent. And then you got this crazy duck over here.
Who among us doesn't need any mad giraffe repellent?
I didn't realize giraffes got mad.
Yeah,
they seem very docile.
I mean, they must if they make a repellent. Yeah, look, those are mad giraffes, I'd say.
You're mad. You're right. Oh, God.
That's because he wore the repellent. That's why they.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That did not end well from for the big head there with those giraffes.
Ooh.
I hate my life.
That was kind of his slogan. He would say that a lot. Because something terrible would always happen to him pretty much every time he was on.
Oh.
So this is a big episode here because this is the job he would have pretty much throughout the whole series.
Oh. This looks
this
is Tim's dream job.
This is our debut of Filburt here.
Ah.
He was the turtle saying, "Turn the page, wash your hands."
Yeah.
It's weird. He almost is like a background player in this, but then he kind of becomes like a regular character eventually.
And there's the same guy that fired him from the other place.
Mm-hmm. I believe he is the head of Conglamo, the nose. I forgot his name. The one who's picking his nose.
Oh, and he gives him that prototype gum that Lord knows what's going to come out of your head after you do it.
He pushes Filburt down as he leaves.
Oh, he gets the bee gum as well.
Okay, that is my worst nightmare, having bees attack you while driving.
And then getting chased by mad giraffes.
Not so much the mad giraffe thing in my case, but turns out there's not a lot of giraffes up here. Unless they're in the zoo.
I never got these little flies here in the web here.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird thing they just threw in for whatever reason to kill time, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I think because the spider ended up in the fruit processor.
Oh,
you were able to get away.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, that was a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely a cartoon I will check out at some point.
It's very good. It's the whole series is a very similar vibe to those episodes we just watched. It's stuff like that, basically, for 50 episodes.
Oh, right up my alley. Weird and amusing, and And yes, and I feel bad for everybody then if I start getting little phrases stuck in my head that I start using. I have a whole bunch of those. I don't need any more, but I'm willing to change that.
Right.
All right. So before we go, I'm just going to talk about what's going on with me. Since Matt already gave his plugs for me, check us out every day here on the Pop Experience, 5 days a week. Every weekday, we have the Video Jukebox Song of the Day. Right now, it's me, Steve Riddle, and Keithy Langston are kind of rotating through those, and those are a lot of fun. Every Saturday, I've been trying to drop a Pod Blast live watch of a cartoon short. Right now, I'm mostly doing Pixar with some Disney animation sprinkled in there. And check out, between this show, I have a Laugh-In Theater, trying to drop those about once a month. Blockbuster Rewatch, and the Pixar, the Pop Goes the Classics. Right now I'm making my way through Pixar. I actually don't have that much further to go. I'm up to Incredibles 2 on that series that I'm working on. Pop Goes the Classics proper that I do with Steve and Miranda, where we're going through the animated Disney films and we are reviewing them and just having conversations about them. The last episode was Atlantis, the Lost Journey, and then the next episode will be Lilo and Stitch. The Muppet Pod should be back before long with Miranda and myself. Yeah, and all kinds of other fun stuff here going on on the Pop Experience. We have Play While You Listen, which is Scott Shiflett's video game pod. We have Totally Rank, which is Scott Grimes' music pod. And, Bells with Books, Miranda and Bianca come monthly talking about all the books that they're reading. And, Piece of the Action. Hopefully we'll be back soon. And also coming up in the month of December, I'm going back to my traditional group watch for the Christmas movies. So looks like this year we're going to be doing Elf and Fred Claus. So keep an eye out for those. One should drop early December, then one will drop probably a little bit before Christmas. And those are a ton of fun to do because it's like a group watch. It's relaxed. It's fun. It's having a good time. A lot of joking, a lot of laughing. And it's all about the holidays. So to be determined on who will be joining me on those two episodes, but keep an eye out for that. So with all that being said, I want to say a big thank you to my friend Matt Souza. Matt, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And thank you for showing me Rocko's Modern Life.
Andy, it was a blast. Always a pleasure to talk with you. So this was a ton of fun. And great to watch one of my favorite shows. So I'm glad
awesome.
Spread the Rocko's Modern Life love and pass it on.
Hey, look, if we can get a few more people on to this and that love it, you introduce somebody to something because they may not have heard of it before, that's pretty cool. So, all right, for those of you out there, thank you for listening. But why don't you go grab yourself a bowl of cereal, sit yourself in front of the television, and watch some cartoons. All right, we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.